It's the Ali Mac and Co podcast. Ali Mac and Co podcast.
It's another Ali Mac and Co podcast. Abs is back again. We are. What are we? Are we relabeling this, Abs? Have we decided? Are we still doing this as health and fitness, self-improvement, or it's all of it, right?
I think it's everything, right? It's, for me, self-improvement sounds like so. It's like your house. It's just lifestyle. I think just lifestyle.
Yeah,
lifestyle.
Happy, healthy lifestyle.
Happy, healthy lifestyle.
This is a great start to this podcast.
I mean, I'm not trying to be trying to change your life and trying to be a life coach or anything like that. But I just want to motivate people to live a happier, healthier life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We
still haven't concluded what we're calling this.
We're not sure.
Sounds like a bumper sticker. Happy, healthy life.
Happy, healthy life. I mean, I'm just a hippie at heart, right? So
happy, healthy hippie.
Living in the wrong country for it, that's all.
If you are tuned in on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. You can leave us a comment, leave your questions for Abs if you have any, and you can hit us up on the socials as well, Instagram and Twitter at Ali Mac and Co. My name is Ali Mac. Abs over there. Got Cindy over there. Hey, mate.
Hi, Sid.
So in the first episode, we tackled find your why to make a life change.
Yeah.
Right. And now we're moving on from you found your why.
Yeah. What can you do?
What do we do next? What is that next step?
Yeah. So I hope you guys haven't waited until Monday. If you haven't, be disappointed.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you.
Well, let's ask Cindy.
Wow.
Did you wait till Monday or did you get started?
It's still Saturday.
Well, they don't know that, do they, Cindy?
Well, they do, because you're wearing the same T-shirt on
That's
the
true.
video.
I am wearing the same T-shirt.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, so we're fast forward.
Okay, well, now, just so you know, we recorded 2 podcasts together.
Are you going to wait until what would be our Monday? Are you going to wait till Sunday? Are you going to do something tonight?
I work on Monday.
Are you going to do something tonight?
No.
Why?
Because I don't have my why yet. Because I'm happy as I am.
I wish we had a camera. We could just flip it on. All right, let's not get into bullying. So yeah, basically in the last podcast, we said, find your why. And then it's a case of what can you go and do about it? And what can you do today? And I said to you at the beach, go for a walk tonight. It's as simple as that.
And I listened.
So I think today what I want to cover is, look, if we're going to talk today about people, probably, I reckon, if people are tuning into us, and we've got health and fitness as our title, 80% of people are going to want to lose weight. I think most people want to lose body fat. I'd say probably 95% of the world have got body fat they want to lose.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about energy balance. What is an energy balance? It's as simple as the more you eat, the less you move, you're going to get fat. The more you move, the less you eat, you're going to get skinny. Okay, it's as simple as that. Very, very basic. Another way you could put it is this water bottle. If I was to keep filling it, i.e. keep eating, it would overflow and it would overflow.
Explode. Yeah.
If I was to put less water in it, it would be empty. Okay, it's literally as easy as that. Okay.
So are we going to be covering the first small initial steps you can take to make a change to your life?
There was a guy who I followed on Instagram, and can we plug?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
So British guy, his name is Darren Cartel. He came up with this hashtag NeatUp247. Okay. So I don't like to plug people, but I just think he has got a way of delivering a message which is super easy to the general public, right? So so NEAT is your non-exercise thermogenesis, which basically means everything that you do outside of the gym. Okay. So if you had not intended to lose or burn calories in that activity, anything else that you do is NEAT. So me sitting here talking to you is NEAT. Okay.
So just to clarify, we're not talking about going to the gym in this episode.
No.
We're actually talking about everything you can do outside of the gym or outside of sporting activities that can help you. And that's what Dirren.
That's what that's one of the things that he covers, right? One of the things he covers is, look, it's as simple as, so what I want to cover today is energy balance. There's two parts of it. There's moving more and there's eating less.
Right. Let's start with moving more.
Right. Cool.
Let's get some examples out of, because believe it or not, it doesn't actually come to everyone as simply as
it didn't come to you, right?
Yeah,
when we had that conversation on the beach and I was like, do something today. And you're like, what can I do? And I was like, go take your daughter for a walk. Just walk to the park. Look, everyone wears these activity trackers and even on their phones, and Fitbits, Garmin's, whatever, Apple Watches. Most people have them these days. They all count your steps. Okay. Someone, I don't know who, said 10,000 steps is the norm, right?
Yeah.
I looked into it. I don't know. I looked into it.
Yeah.
It's a made up number. But you know what? It's just a good indicator. It doesn't matter what the number means.
Yeah.
It's just a good benchmark to try and achieve 10,000 steps a day. Okay.
Initially, when the Fitbits and all that came out, right, I thought it was all a bit of a fad.
Yeah.
And
probably was.
And I had a mate come over from Oman, Robin, who's a really good friend of mine. And one day, he came in with this Fitbit and we're sitting there having a normal conversation. And then he just stood up and started stepping on the spot. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, mate, I need to get my steps in because I'm part of this league and I want to win it. And I was like, at the time, I was like, I don't understand this. Looking back now, I think, but it got him motivated to make a change.
Oh, yeah, but you're talking about their group activities, right? Group activities are great because you're being held accountable.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Which is great. So yes, there are these communities on Fitbit and on, I don't know, I think they have an Apple Watch as well. I don't have an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Where you can track all your steps against your friends.
Yeah.
Moving more will inevitably help you lose weight and be healthier.
Okay.
Okay.
So step one, try and go for a walk.
Just try and go for a walk. I mean, I got a few listed here, right?
Yeah.
Try and go for a walk.
Yeah.
I try to walk twice a day. Even I have a dog. Even if I don't have my dog, I'll still walk myself. I make a habit of a 30-minute walk in the morning and a 30-minute walk in the evening.
The and I want to discuss the actual walk thing and not running or jogging.
No.
Because it doesn't impact your knees as much. And I'm just thinking about people who are slightly older.
Yeah.
Taking the stairs, over the pandemic, I was doing 50 flight of stairs. I was trying, but it had a massive impact on my knees. So walking was the best start for me.
Walking, I think if you're overweight, walking is probably the easiest thing to do. And not even if you're overweight, just anyone, even, I don't consider myself overweight, but walking for me is easy for me to do.
Yeah.
And I'll put a podcast in.
Yeah.
Plug. I'll listen to a podcast and I'll walk.
Yeah.
Or I listen to audiobooks and I try to do an audiobook one a week just by my walks.
Yeah.
So I think just moving more is so important. And how can you move more? You can do your steps, like he's talked about. The reason why I'm not going to say don't run is because majority of us run incorrectly.
Yeah.
And you got to think, if someone's listening...
I'm just saying initial steps.
Initial steps. And if someone's listening to this podcast, chances are, two types of people. Maybe one person has never trained in their life. Like you hadn't trained in years.
Yeah.
Sid, I can't remember. I don't think he's never trained in his life. I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry.
I think it's a fair comment.
So I'm going to say to Sid, go for a run, right? Yeah. The easiest thing to do is be like, mate, park your car down the road and walk to Mac's house next time. Yeah. Just take a 5-minute walk to his house. Yeah.
But then I've got a shower when I get here.
Well, he's got 3 of them. He's got a big house.
I can accommodate, mate. I can accommodate.
I know
we can fit you in. Look, taking the stairs is great. Look, we're in Dubai. There's high-rise buildings everywhere. If you live on the 4th floor, take the stairs. It's only 4 flights.
Yeah.
Take the stairs. Just make that little bit of extra.
If you live on the 40th, take the lift to the 36th.
There you go. Take it to the 36. Go up the 4 floors.
Yeah.
Just try and move a bit more. You'll be shocked at how much of an impact it has, and it's all about looking at small changes in your life that will compound. Yeah. Same way compound interest works. It will compound on your daily activities, and it will make a huge difference later down the line. There's no get rich quick scheme.
Yeah.
When it comes
or get thin,
get fit quick. There's no such thing. All these ads that you'll see on Instagram and YouTube, they're all lies. There is no substitute to just hard work or work over a long period of time. So some of the things that I personally do in my job, I'm on the phone a lot. I try to get my hands free on and just walk around, stomp around the office whilst I'm on my call. My call could be 15, 20-minute phone call.
Your colleagues must love
They
you.
hate me. And I'm loud as well.
Yeah.
And I'll just walk up and down the corridor, just walk around the room. And part of it is I'm engaged in the conversation when I'm actually focused. And part of it is I know I'm hitting my steps.
Yeah.
It's a very, very small thing, but it makes a huge difference.
What about standing up when you're working?
Yeah, great. Because you're engaging muscles.
Right.
Now, we're just relaxed. Bad for your back as well. So if you can stand up, if you've got a stand-up desk, great. If you can tell your boss to get you a stand-up desk, amazing.
And I know this is a really bad plug, but I know IKEA do those.
Yeah. We got some of them in the office from the last company.
Bad plug.
Well, no, because I don't really want to plug anyone, but I mean, it is a.
Okay,
we're just mentioning
there's
them.
companies
there's a
out there
benefit.
that build desks.
And from which country?
Any country that you're in, because IKEA is everywhere.
So you got the manual ones. I've got a manual one here actually that you're sitting at, Cindy.
Yeah.
And then you've got the electric ones as well. But even getting the manual one is a bit of a workout.
Yeah, that's a workout itself. Yeah. I used to make sure that when I had that desk in my last company, come after lunch, I'd hike it up. 2 hours, I'd just be stood up and doing my work. Which comes to the next point, and that is trying to get up from your desk. So many of us work at our desks, right?
Yeah.
And we literally just sit there and work. Try and every 45 minutes to try and get up, go to the water cooler, get some water, go make yourself a tea, go and do whatever you just get up from your desk.
Especially that so many people are working from home now because since the pandemic, like I said, most companies have realized that, oh, hold on, we've got this whole network that we can work through now.
Yeah.
And we don't have to pay rent for offices.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, work at home, it's fine. As great as that can be, it's actually it
horrible.
could be quite bad because you get comfortable because you're at home and you're like, oh,
It's very obvious when you have the morning meeting and somebody's, just rocked out of bed.
Yeah.
They've done nothing
Yeah.
yet, which is why that's probably when I started walking more when I was working from home, because I woke myself up by going for my walk.
Yeah. I think the benefit of working from home is that you can actually set up stuff to make yourself walk more, i.e. put your water cooler somewhere where you'd have to get up and go. Or if you are working from home rather than working near the kitchen, probably find a room furthest away from the kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, look,
furthest
we
away
don't
from
all
the
live in a
toilet.
massive house like you, right? I've got a small little studio.
No.
apartment.
This is my little house, man.
So, I'm lucky to go from my bedroom to my living room, back to my bedroom.
Yeah.
But you can just go walking around the block, you know, for like at lunchtime. This is the other thing, whether you're in the office or you're at home, at lunchtime, just walk to the shop. Even if you're going to walk to the shop to get yourself a Twix or a Mars bar, do it, or a Coke Zero. I probably shouldn't say Mars bar, but, whatever you're going to get, right?
Yeah.
That activity is worth it. It doesn't matter. You're still keeping yourself active. So moving more is really, really important. And I've got a dog, like I've mentioned 100 times. I don't want to keep on
he's
hearing
lovely.
you say about Jax. When it's weather permitting, obviously it's really hot now, but when the weather's good, I'll take Jax for an extra long walk if I have to, and I'll even jog with him a little bit.
Yeah.
So moving more cannot be stressed enough, no matter what it is. If you can put a sport into it, great. I don't want to talk today about putting a sport into it.
Yeah.
I'm literally just talking about the energy balance, and that is moving more. Even as you're talking, like me, I'm articulating with my hands.
Yeah.
Okay. I am like that. If going out the weekend means that no one goes out the weekend anymore, really. In the UK, it's like to dance. But if you dance on the weekend, that is a form of moving more.
Yeah.
Rather than just sitting there and having your drink.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving more is very, very important to your energy balance.
Dancing is actually a crazy workout, man.
I mean, it's mad.
Yeah.
The amount you sweat and move, especially if you're taking a little smartie.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But just being active, you feel yourself getting warm, and that is a thermogenesis, and that is you actually burning calories. And I'm not going to go too much into the calorie element of it today. Just keeping it really simple for all of our listeners today.
Yeah.
Move more and eat less. So when we talk about eating less. So eating less.
It's quite self-explanatory, but yet it's not.
It's not.
So I'll give you one.
Go on.
Coke to Coke Zero.
Yeah, huge.
One less sugar in your tea or coffee. Remove the milk from your coffee.
Coke to Coke Zero is actually mad because you're going from some of the exact calories in a can of Coke, but you're going to zero. You're going to literally zero.
Cindy,
you're
on, mate.
Is our
Calories
Jamie.
in a can of Coke.
140.
140. So look, there are some people that will drink.
Is a Coke Zero really 0 calories?
Yeah, 0 calories. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. I'm
Yeah.
not a scientist, but it is. I did not believe it, and I fully had an argument with someone until they proved me wrong, and I was like, yeah, cool. I don't drink fizzy drinks, so I don't know. The only time I drink fizzy drinks is when I'm putting it with my rum.
Did you see what Ronaldo did at the Euros?
No.
So obviously Coke is part of the Euros, blah, blah, blah. And he's at a press conference and there's bottles of Coke there. And if I'm not... Did you see it, Cindy? Yeah, pull it up on the screen. So he moved the bottles of Coke out the way and he goes, don't be drinking that. Drink water.
Oh, wow. Brilliant.
And it had a massive impact on their shares, mate.
$4 billion.
Was it $4 billion?
Yeah, $4 billion came off their
Wow.
net worth overnight.
I mean, it was incredible. And I mean, I don't know what the penalty for it. Well, look at that. Look at that. He's just moved it out the way.
So UEFA have come out saying now that any players that continue to do this going forward will get fined because but then also what happened
Yeah,
next
but why
is,
they don't have the right to
Because
fine players because it's health.
no, but it's a sponsorship.
It's a sponsorship,
Coca-Cola
right?
paid to be UEFA sponsorship,
Yeah.
so they paid for the rights to have their products in line with their on their broadcasting. But then, rightly so, don't quote me on this. I think I might be right. There was a Muslim player, or maybe an underage player, who sat down and there was a bottle of Heineken next to him.
Yeah,
was
and he moved out of
I'm
the way.
moving it out of the way because
Yeah.
that's not. I don't represent that.
Yeah.
So now you're kind of in a predicament where actually, okay, it makes sense that you've moved that, and I respect that decision.
Yeah.
But
But if Ronaldo moves a bottle of Coke,
so UEFA need to actually rethink their sponsorships,
Yeah.
all the agreements
Yeah.
that they're making. Do
Yeah.
you really need to advertise a bottle of beer next to someone talking about football? Probably not. No one only the fans will associate football and beer.
yeah, but that's why I have an issue with UEFA to start with. But that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole new podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, no, some very valid points though there, right? So, first of all, drink water.
Yeah.
Second of all, stay away from fizzy drinks.
Yeah.
If you do, get onto the Coke Zero.
Well, there goes our endorsement deal with Coke. Yeah.
But eating less, like, look, there are all these fads at the moment, like avocado is really healthy for you.
Hate avocados.
It is actually healthy for you.
Yeah, but I
a
can't
full
stand them.
avocado,
Yeah.
and this is where I didn't want to touch into calories too much today, but a full avocado is very calorie dense in compared to having probably toast on jam, okay, for example. Okay. So yes, we're going to talk about eating less.
Yeah.
And I think that's overall, but it's about being clever with what you're eating as well. So I'm not going to go too much into deceiving foods today.
No, but it's just what you can actually do to eat less. So
What can you do to eat less? Look, one less portion. So look, if you're used to ordering, you and your missus, a large pizza, just order a medium. Yeah. Or if you're going to order the large pizza, have one less slice than you would normally. Chuck it away. Yeah.
People
Or
share
give it
our
to Sid.
pizzas.
Call Cindy round.
It's Sid. Just have one, like, control your portion size. If you said to me earlier on that
I'm a sucker for rice, mate.
You like
so,
rice?
What I had to do was, and this is how I lost the majority of my kilos. I just put one less spoon of rice in to my plate.
Brilliant.
Every 2-3 days, I just started reducing. And then I got to the point where I was like, right, well, now I know my exact portion size. And it was literally the size of my palm. And I was like,
yeah, good. Look, and I'm glad that you didn't do anything stupid like completely cut out carbs because that's just ridiculous.
No.
But
But then even switching from white rice to brown rice.
again, doesn't really make a big difference.
No?
It's the calories that are in it. Yeah, it's like
See,
the
people-
GI index is obviously different, and that there are benefits to eating brown rice, but when you're talking about losing weight,
Yeah.
there's no difference.
There's another thing I learned that Adam told me this actually, another friend of mine. And I had like a really large portion of salad. And he goes, a kilo of rice is a kilo of rice. A kilo of lettuce is still a kilo of lettuce. So you're still overeating. You're still...
No.
How much... You don't agree with that?
No, because a kilo of rice will have a different calorie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but in terms of how bloated you get and...
You can get more full and more satiated on fibers.
Yeah.
Anything that is fibrous, a green kind of vegetable will fill you up more.
Right.
Okay, that's a fact. You're better off eating a
kilo of lettuce.
kilo of salad. Why do we get a kilo? A big plate of salad rather
Yeah.
than a big plate of rice. Go for the big plate of salad.
Yeah.
It's going to fill you up, and it's going to have less calories. Okay. what we're talking about, what I want to talk to you guys about today is just having that less portion size. You know, if you normally order for yourself a medium pizza, order a small pizza. I'm not saying you don't order the pizza.
Yeah.
If you can, get a thin crust pizza. If you can, and I hate the word keto, but get the keto version of it. I don't believe in a keto diet necessarily unless you're epileptic or whatever, and you need to not restrict that diet massively. I don't think you should follow any sorts of fads. Right? I don't believe in a fad, so I think keto is a fad. But what I think you should do is just try to eat less, but still eat what you want, but just eat less of it. You can track it. I'm not going to talk about tracking today either because I think that's going to go too far down that rabbit hole. We will talk about that in the
Eventually,
next, in another podcast. We're going to talk about what is a calorie, how do you track a calorie, how do you determine a calorie. We'll look at macronutrients, etc., etc., etc. Today, simple, Mac. It's simple. It's energy balance. Yeah, the more you move, the less you eat, the skinnier you'll get.
It's that simple, really.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Obviously, be smart with what you're trying to eat. You know,
most people who actually do the whole drastic change.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. I'm going on this diet and I'm not going to eat any carbs for a week and blah, blah, blah. They're the ones that are most likely to fail.
Yeah. I mean, look, what will happen is if you were to restrict your carbs intake now, you would lose lots of weight. Okay. I say weight like that because what you're losing is water. You're not losing fat. Right. Okay. Because carbs retain, I think, 3 or 5 times the amount of water as opposed to a protein or a fat, okay? So you're going to be losing lots of water from your body. Which means that you can have a huge crash in your weight over the next 5 weeks.
That's not healthy, though, is it?
It's not healthy, because what will happen is your body will then learn to be dehydrated and your rate of weight loss will not stay the same. And not only that, but you'll not, yes, okay, your body doesn't necessarily need carbs to survive, but you know what? You'll be a lot happier eating carbs. And it's a lot more realistic and sustainable. And I think sustainable is a word that we should use as well, because whatever you do should be sustainable. And that's why I'm not saying to you, stop eating your pizza. No, eat your pizza.
Because you've got to be happy.
Got to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? Just eat a smaller pizza. If you want to have a McDonald's, you know, if you normally have 3 McDonald's, got a friend called Mark. Mark, you know who you are. If you normally have 3 McDonald's in the week, only have 1 McDonald's in the week.
I'm calling you out, Cindy, actually.
Am I Mark?
No.
Is he another one?
We're going to call him out because the other day...
My parents are going to listen to this.
Yeah, I know, but it's important because... And the reason I'm calling you out, some people may see this as bullying, right? I see this... I'm calling you out because I care for you.
Emotional support.
No, this is... What is it?
Fat shaming.
No, it's not fat shaming.
Thank you.
It's not fat shaming. What this is this is where the truth hurts, but I care for you.
Tough love.
That's what I'm looking for. Tough love.
Yeah.
Bro, you ordered how many nuggets the other day?
A couple.
Of?
Nuggets.
How many?
9 boxes. A couple of 9 boxes.
No.
No,
Careful.
A couple of boxes with 9 nuggets.
It'll have one 9 box and one 10 box.
Right. And then assisted with a burger and fries.
Burger and fries.
We are going to cut this down, Sid.
I thank you for putting that.
No, because I want you to live long and support me in this podcast.
Yeah, that's it. Free labour is really beneficial.
I think with Sid, he's got to want it for himself.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely.
And I'm all about, you know, I use fat shaming loosely, but the girls that hang out in our group, I will say to them they look chunky, and I'm saying it in a nice way. It's not a nice way, but it is a nice way because they know it, but they probably need someone to say it to them, so they actually do something about it. You know. And the girls know exactly who they are. I call them Chunk, Team Chunk. And it's just, you know, you've had your fun.
Yeah.
Just
but there are
bit.
some guys that are chubby chasers out there. And
yeah, I mean, you know, I don't mind a thick girl, but there's a thick girl and a fat girl, right?
Yeah.
And none of them have ever got fat, but I will always never allow them, not this my business, but like, I will never allow them to
I
get
won't
fat.
allow them. I don't own you, but no.
But they will thank me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
After,
they might not actually say a word on abs, but they'll be like, oh, do you know what? I have let myself go a little bit.
Yeah.
And the reason I can do that with my friends is because my friends are all into this same thing, right? We like all of my friends are conscious about being healthy.
Yeah.
So I know.
But again, you're just nudging them in that right direction.
Everyone needs a nudge.
Yeah.
You know,
or a barge.
Everyone needs a nudge, I think. So I think that wraps up what I wanted to say today. I think we've talked about it for quite a long time.
Yeah. No, but there was a lot of information, and it's not as simple as it sounds simple, but until someone actually says it to you, it doesn't actually come to you.
Yeah, and look, eat less. What are we talking about here? We're talking about get the Coke Zero if you like Coke.
Yeah.
If you're going to the supermarket and you're buying something, look for the sugar-free version.
Yeah.
You know,
you don't have to make massive drastic changes because you are more likely to fail that way.
If you're going to get yogurt, get the 0% fat yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt, I love it every night with blueberries. That's part of my diet. But whatever you're going to buy, just try to buy the calorie-restricted version of that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
And these companies do make it.
Loads of companies make it. A 0% cut, I think it's bare naked noodles for a spag bowl. That's what I've just cooked myself before I came here today for my meal prep this week. You know? So it is easy. It just takes a little bit of effort. But a little bit of effort will go a long, long way. And these 2 small changes, moving more, eating less, it's not going to cost you money to do these things. Yeah? It will not cost you money to eat less.
Yeah. And
it will not cost you money to go for a walk. And I can guarantee if people were to do this within 3 to 4 weeks, they would see a difference. And I'm not talking about the weight on the scales. I don't believe in scales even. We'll come to that another day. Just simply how their clothes fit. That is all they need to look at, is maybe take a picture of themselves and then see how their clothes fit in 4 weeks' time. And they'll be shocked.
It's as easy as that.
It's as easy as that, yeah. But it is. You know, It literally is. It's just about having a bit of willpower. And not only make you healthier, but it will make you happier. And I think that's what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
Healthy and happy.
Nice one, Abs.
Healthy and happy.
Healthy and happy.
We'll have to think about that.
Okay. Is that what we're going with?
I don't know. I like that.
Sticker right there.
Abs, nice one for coming in.
No worries.
As we established, this is the same day as the first podcast. Thanks for that, Cindy. If you are...
Well, I wanted to let everyone know that in case they think you just guys have one outfit.
It's 4 weeks apart. No one would have actually remembered.
Yes, they would have.
Muppet. If you are listening on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating, a comment, and hit us up on the socials as well.
One more thing.
Yeah.
If anyone is watching on the video, can they tell me if my lips are actually that big? Because I don't know if Cindy's done something to my lips or if my lips are actually that big.
You can actually find this logo on if you're listening audio as well, it's the icon. It's going to be our banner as well.
We did this last week when I was hungover, and you can see the bags under my eyes as well. But
hit us up on the socials at Ali Mac and Co. Thanks for tuning. Thanks for coming in, Abs. We will actually have an outfit change on the next one.
For sure.
Thanks for tuning in to the Ali Mac and Co podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and switch on notifications.